Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Selfish Confidence Podcast. It's Jess over here in the Confidence Corner, and I am just sipping on some kombucha, sitting down, and really been thinking hard as today is a holiday Monday. If you're listening to this live, it is Labor Day, essentially the end of summer. And I know we still have a few weeks of summer left, but it's just like there's something about this back to school season, this season of just like feeling renewed as September comes, more structure and schedule and things that happen this season, and just like make it that you're saying a little bit of a goodbye or see you later to summer and opening up the door to fall and September structure, all of those things that kind of come with this time of year. And I've been thinking about this a lot because in society, it feels almost like the season becomes like the next new year. Right? A season of like hustle, a season of renewed energy after maybe you took some time off in the summer, or you slowed down. So I want to check in on you today. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like a little bit anxious as we lead into a new season? Are you excited to have a little bit more structure? The kids going back to school, maybe you as a teacher going back to school or having a different schedule at work. How are you feeling as we walk into a new season? I took a bit of a slower summer this year. I just really needed some time to slow down, focus on healing. I've been having some stomach stuff going on and really just focusing on that inner healing that sometimes we don't always slow down and take the time for. And I can get caught up sometimes in I should be doing this, or I need more productivity. I need to be doing more. That energy, right? That maybe you're feeling right now as we walk into the season. I can feel that as an entrepreneur like all year long. And there was a moment this year that I saw this post online that talked about how important it was for us to have a season of rest, a season where we got a chance to slow down and to see things and to grow and to heal and to just take a deep breath. And in today's world, we don't often do that. It's very rare for us, even as women, to even take an afternoon off, let alone, a whole season, right? And if we take a week off, vacation is often filled with so many other things. They can be fun things and exciting things, but it's very often filled with a busy season, not necessarily a rest. And I'd love to know what you're doing right now for you. What are you doing today that's going to help you to have more confidence in the future? Because here's the thing. We go through waves when it comes to our confidence. We go through waves when it comes to our energy. Not everybody has energy all the time. Even if you tell yourself, well, I'll have energy if I don't slow down, right? We sometimes can just like put ourselves on autopilot and keep going. But we all know how much better we're going to feel if we take a moment for ourselves today or a week or whatever it is that you need. For me, I really needed a little extra time this season. And I noticed it the other day when Glenn and I were out shopping we had to go get outfits. We were doing wedding anniversary photos. The day this is released, it is our wedding anniversary, 8 years married, and I wanted to get some photos done on the beach. Our house is very coastal themed, and I just thought it would be the perfect way to incorporate some photos into the house. Anyways, that is besides the point. The point is the moment of these dips in our confidence. I actually noticed it on the weekend when we were out shopping, trying on different outfits and really just trying to find something that felt like me. Sometimes we can get lost in who we are because who we are is always changing. We have to be asking ourselves these questions. And I noticed it as I was getting dressed and I was just like, this doesn't feel like me. This doesn't look like me. And it might have been something that I felt really comfortable in a while ago. But our comfort levels changed. Our confidence levels change, and we go through waves. And I tell you this today because I feel like we hold ourselves to a standard all the time. There's like a high achieving standard, a high level of confidence standard. I should be there. I should want this, right? And maybe even when it's looking at something like in the past, you're looking behind you and you're just like, well, I used to be there. And for me, a big one was in body image. And I actually got in the car. We found a dress after going to several stores. And I really didn't feel great in this dress, but choices are limited. And we're going into fall fashion. And I still really wanted something that was summery. And it just kind of like, I was having a really hard time finding something in the store. And it also probably didn't help that Glenn was with me, although he's great in the store. I'm a person who like shops like in and out. I know what I want. I gotta get it. And like, I don't love the whole like trying on process. Okay. I'm not a shopper. And in this moment, I got back in the car. We got a dress. I got back in the car. And honestly, it was a beautiful dress. It really could have worked. And even Glenn mentioned like it very much felt like a Jessie dress. But I got back in the car defeated because I was just not feeling like myself. And I wanted to find something that represented me, that felt like me, because I've had lots of photo shoots over the years. And I know if I walk into a photo shoot not feeling like myself and not wearing something that feels totally me, when I get the pictures back, I just don't feel great about them. I can just tell that something's off. So I wanted something that felt so much like me. And also that I felt really comfortable in, I felt really confident in. I didn't want to go into a photo shoot that I just didn't feel that way. So when I got back in the car after we had finished our shopping, found something, ready to go, we're like, okay, whatever, got it. I just had this moment where I just had to have a good cry in the car because I didn't feel confident in what I was wearing. I didn't feel confident in who I was. And I could recognize that things have shifted over the last little bit that I needed to embrace and love. But I didn't quite notice it until I was struggling so hard to find something to wear. And I share this with you today because we are ever changing, not just in our physical bodies and our physical shape, but just in how we show up, also in how we represent ourselves, in our views, in what we want in this world, in the outfits we want to wear. But we're so comfortable that we don't notice the change. So we just keep waking up and doing the same thing over and over again. We keep wearing the same outfits over and over again. And until you put yourself in the dressing room and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, hey, I need to meet you again. I need to know you again. Do we really start to think about who we are? And maybe you've been going through this numbing process for a while that you don't often have these conversations with yourself. I know it's weird, especially to do in the dressing room. A lot of us don't love it in there, especially to do it with your husband there. Anyways, it was just this moment of meeting myself in a new place. And maybe I look the same, maybe I don't. Or maybe I'm trying to figure out who I am, and it's really freaking hard unless you ask yourself these questions like, hey, what do you want to wear? What would be the perfect outfit even if you couldn't find it in the store? Or who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in these pictures? And how do you want to feel when you see them afterwards? Getting to know yourself in a new light actually is going to propel you forward in your confidence journey. And also accepting that we do change physically, mentally, emotionally, how we show up. And I know sometimes it can be hard to embrace this because the rest of the world wants to keep us in that box because it helps them to feel really good and safe and secure if we stay the same. But if you're feeling the urge to step out of that box, to wear something new, to stand in who you are this season, I challenge you to ask yourself some of these tough questions. And we do this in my 6-week confidence program called the Confidence Collective, where we ask ourselves these questions like, who am I and what do I like and what do I want to do? And, if their options were endless, what would I want? And really helping to get to know yourself on a deeper level, the way you would get to know your partner when you first start dating. They're probably a different person now too, right? Just like you've changed. So why not get to know yourself on that level again? It's almost like starting fresh and meeting someone new. Because who you are is valuable. Even if you did nothing today, you are valuable. And if you're starting to feel that change, like things are changing and it's kind of scary, I'm right there with you. I know it can be hard. And having that moment, just even being in the dressing room this weekend and realizing that, I was like, oh, okay, we're going through that shift again. We're going through something new. Let's dig in. And I say it because I don't always love doing this. It's hard work. But that's where confidence comes from. That's how you can shine. by getting to know yourself, by digging away at the pieces. And instead of numbing out and wearing the same outfits and just showing up for the sake of showing up, you do the hard work and you're just like, oh, I get to know myself now. Cool. Let's go. And if you're looking for a place that feels welcoming and loving as you get to know yourself, there's a couple options for you. You can come into the Selfish Sisterhood. It's only $20 a month, and you can get to know yourself while you're getting to know other incredible women who are on similar journeys. We have things like sisterhood chats and biz chats and Q&As, workshops, pieces for you to help to get to know yourself more and to be in a place where you're fully welcomed and accepted as who you are. And if you want to dig a bit deeper than that and really ask yourself the tough questions, I'm bringing out the Confidence Collective for one last time. We are doing our 6-week confidence boosting course starting the first week of October. And this is the last time that it's going to be a guided course. So if this is something that you're just like, I want to get to know myself more, I don't know where to start, but I have questions, send me a message. All the information will be in the show notes for you to be able to check out. But the coolest thing that it comes to on this journey is just that you're open to getting to know who you are. And I know it can seem really weird. You're just like, what? Am I just going to walk around talking to myself? Sometimes, yeah. Other times, we're just going to work on figuring out the pieces that you want to highlight in who you are. And maybe some of those shadow pieces that you want to hide away from. Get to know those too. So I hope you have an awesome week as you walk into September, you walk into this beautiful season. And don't forget, you are a gift, exactly as you are right now in your ever-changing self that you are becoming, that you are changing into. I just want to remind you that change is beautiful, and I'm so freaking proud of you. What's up, sis? I am so glad we could hang out today. If you love this episode, send it to a friend or share it on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me sprinkle some confidence in the world. And don't forget, you are magic. Let's show the world your shine.